really cool thing about Studio V1 is that we can literally create anything it is that we want to create for our stories and for our films that we're telling. You know, if you wanted to do a shoot like this on a traditional soundstage, we would have had to have built, 8 sets, very vast, different things. We would have had to have found exteriors and drove to locations. And in this space, we're able to do that all in one location. So yesterday, we were able to shoot exteriors of the castle. We were able to shoot inside the castle and in the attic. And today we're able to shoot on the rooftop and inside of Bowser's throne room. So we're able to have all these different locations without the annoyance of driving to different places. The advantage is that, for the 3 months leading up to this that we were working on these projects, I got to work closely with our ICVFX team and making sure that the scenes were lit how I would want them. So having the space makes it so we can really create a lot of cool things that we just couldn't in the real world. When you're watching the film, keep an eye out. We had a lot of little Easter eggs, little stars and mushrooms and stuff throughout the scenes. And it's easy to do that because it's just one digital asset that we can kind of hide in different places.
I think it could easily take over green screen or blue screen, or continue to take over more of those use cases, especially if you want a really detailed project. It's helpful to be in an environment like that for the actors. It also helps, I have buttons and I have reflective things, so it's definitely, I'm sure that looks way better than if they had to figure it out with a green screen. It's been so cool to watch the way that it'll track the camera, it'll match the focal distance. It's incredible. Yeah, super cool. It's amazing. I don't understand how it works. I know it has something to do with video game engines.
There's 2 shots that are super unique that we've did for the first time on the shoot. So we've been open for about 3 years, and there's just some fun things that I've always wanted to try and haven't had an excuse. But one of those was we wanted to have a puddle that our talent could step in to show a reflection of the wall and make it feel very real. And so we brought in a big tub, filled it with dirt and rocks and water, and we're able to pull that shot off where you see the castle, and it makes it look like we're stepping on the cement in the real world, and it's very, very cool. The other one we did was the first time we've used end-to-end of our screen. So we've done lots of dolly left to right shots, lots of push-ins, push-outs. But yesterday we actually built a 180-degree circle dolly track, put it up on our stage, and we're able to start looking behind our talent in the far cove, and we dollied all the way around to their front. So we used the entirety of the screen in one shot. So it was really, really cool to see it actually come together. When you're watching the video, you're going to see a shot where it looks like our talent is getting out of a taxi cab. We couldn't afford to rent a 1950s taxi cab, get it into the stage, set it up just for one shot of him getting out of there. So we actually used Unreal Engine to create a taxi cab, and we have him getting out of it, and we composited it in real time. So as we moved our camera, it looked like it was moving around a 3D car, and it was overlaid on top of him. We were able to record that and put it right into editing. We didn't have to do anything in post. The greatest thing about this technology isn't the wall, isn't the the tracking for the camera or any of that. The greatest thing is that all of this is available to free to anyone that wants to use it.
With virtual production, it's like all technology, it's only getting better, faster. Studio V1 gives students an insight as to the industry and where it's headed, right? Where it is now and where it's headed. So there's always going to be glitches, problems, so on and so forth. We're here hands-on learning in real time.